Hey, how you guys doing? It's another week of doing things on the internet.
Woo!
We have set up a camera, and because there was a chance that there was gonna be a drop of rain within the vicinity of 50 miles, we had to bring the camera inside. So we're doing a sleepover edition of the podcast.
Woo woo!
We got our man Skyler petting the big dog Bobo on the bed. I'm doing the ones and twos, setting this camera up. We've got Monica Salcedo setting us up with the ever inviting environment to get us nice and cozy settled in. We've got the very sweaty but very breathy Darius Culpepper over there in the corner going to get us going in our topics when we get going through them. And I am about an hour and a half into an edible. So this intro has been a lot for me to try and concentrate on for the last 5 minutes. And
it's been like a minute, Corey.
See, there we go. Yep. And I'm losing track of time already. So we are going to see how this thing goes. But we're glad that anyone can check in with us this week. We're gonna try and check in with ourselves and each other a little bit. How we doing, guys?
Tired.
Unwell.
Unwell?
Yes.
Why are you unwell?
I've kind of hit.
Is it because of your idol Smokey Robinson, his passing?
It's taking a toll on the family.
Taking a toll on y'all.
Exactly.
Smokey Robinson's biggest fan.
Y'all grew up listening to a lot of Smokey.
Mm-hmm. It was a Smokey household.
Name your favorite Smokey song.
On the River.
Another one.
Yeah. The old Down
So
Yonder.
many. So many. You just can't pick.
What's your favorite song that Smokey wrote for someone else?
I loved the one that he wrote for Britney, Toxic.
He wrote Toxic?
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds just like Smokey, honestly.
Yeah.
Like it's really that's Smokey's MO.
No, yeah, it's
You
got
can
Smokey written all over.
But like,
it.
how
It's-
did you
it's
how
got
did you
thick
how did you
barbecue
feel
taste.
when you found out that he died though?
You're telling me he died? You're seriously telling me Smokey's dead right now?
No. It's a joke.
Oh
There you
my
go.
God, Jesus!
I just wanted to see.
I
I just
was so
wanted to see how far we could
concerned.
take it.
Oh my gosh.
But being that I'm sure you probably don't know who Smokey Robinson is at all. He is a friend of the show, legendary.
Oh, yeah.
Singer,
All of our
songwriter.
famous friends.
Also, speaking of great light-skinned people that have green eyes, shout out Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors, all friends of the show, on winning the NBA championship.
All friends of
it
the
wasn't
show.
easy, but y'all did it. Shout out to y'all. Also, shout out Mr. Rogers as well. I haven't had a scratch mine. Shout out to Mr. Rogers as well. It's another. Mr. Rogers is another friend of the show.
Yeah, he's
Actually,
like a Vietnam War vet.
who? Mr. Rogers?
Yeah.
Yo, okay. So when we went to see that movie, I fell asleep.
100%
and I
you did,
apologize
and I
to the
was
spirit
crying.
of Mr. Rogers because he did seem like a great man.
Yeah.
I bawled and was like, I want to be just like him.
But he was such a great man to the point that I feel like he probably definitely had side relationships or like affairs. Like, because it's just like with every great man in history, there's always some there's always some mess on his name. Martin Luther King even had hoes, and it takes nothing away from his legacy, but I mean,
That's
you
his
know,
name,
I think it
Mr.
adds to it.
Rogers.
He did all
nobody's
that
pristine. That's
while
all I'm saying.
Here's the thing, though. Like with old school blues musicians, had to go through the literal rotten swamp of the worst parts of America because it had literally nothing else, and it had just some reason to try and make things a little better by playing music. So there is a more of a chance that he was just pissed off all the time and smoking cigarettes and playing his guitar.
Wait, who? Mr.
Old
Rogers?
Smokey Rogers.
Wait, who are we talking about
Old
now?
Smokey Mr. Rogers.
No, we're talking about
Old
Mr.
Smokey.
Rogers.
I was talking about Smokey Robinson.
Oh, I was talking about Mr.
Well, bro,
Rogers.
Smokey was light skinned and he had green eyes. He definitely cheated on his wife, but I'm not surprised about that. And he had salt hair. But no, we talking about You talking about Mr. Rogers?
With
I'm just saying
dudes,
Mr.
though.
Rogers probably cheated on his wife.
Isn't
is
that
what
a
I'm
thing
saying.
in the community where it's like light skinned dudes are gay or whatever?
Wait, what?
Like people talk about
Skylar?
Drake or whatever.
It's a lot of
and-
shit. We covering a lot of shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
mean-
sorry, I kind of derailed that. My mind was gone. And I
Where is
was,
this conversation?
We talking about light skinned people. And,
Okay, I need you to be on your job. Your job is to reel us in.
Right, realistic. But no, speak. Okay, but
What
you
job?
mentioned
Okay.
you mentioned Drake. Drake just released a new album. I'm not sure
Yeah.
if any of us heard it, but we all know of its
like
existence.
thoughtfully I decline or like I don't really care or whatever.
It's like it's honestly never mind,
Exactly.
which is honestly
Close
one of
enough.
it's one of the most Drakeiest titles that he could have called the album. Honestly, it to me kind of like encapsulates his angst that he's exhibited as an artist over the last decade. The honestly never mind. It's just there's a lot of emotion in that, at least as I see it, and a lot of angst. And I didn't listen to the album. I'm gonna listen to it all the way just because it's Drake, and Drake is he's one of the pillars of like our generation. I feel like in regards to music. But my thing is like even if I hate the album, it don't even really matter. I think just the fact that he's still here as an artist, it says something. It's a credit to his longevity because
Yeah, I don't think there's ever been like even like Michael Jackson had really a decade and a half before it was like okay, and then he had like one more decade, but it was that whole thing was like not no, yeah, no one's listened to anything that he made in 2000, you know. Everybody listens to everything before that.
all right. So to be fair, to be fair to Michael Jackson too, and I do think like the Drake and the Michael Jackson comparison, just from a number standpoint, I do think that there's arguments that could be made there. But when Michael came out with that Invincible album, he has some bangers on it, and that was like 2001. But I think that
But it's
was
still
his.
past 2000.
That was his. But what I'm saying is he was relevant still,
Oh, yeah.
even in at that time. Now, granted, afterwards, once we got into like 2006, 2008, 2009, when he passed, like, granted, yeah, people wanted to hear more of the hits, but when he came out in 2001, I think he showed the world and like all of the analysts that he still had a lot left in the tank. Michael, but anyway, just sidetracking, just was talking about Drake and shit and his longevity.
I was
Like,
pretending to be sick, and I was in the nurse's office when Michael Jackson started dying, and then like I was like, oh shit, I just wanted to skip one period, but then I tried to skip all the periods because I wanted to sit and watch the TV because the nurses were watching the TV on whether or not he was gonna, because they were like following his ambulance around, and it was like a
Yeah.
big dramatic thing.
but anyway, so yeah, shout out Drake, another friend of the show. New album. We haven't listened to it, but y'all should maybe. Speaking of popular people that have D's at
D's
the beginning
nuts.
of their name, these old low hanging fruit.
Like these nuts.
Nah, that's that was decent. No, not really. No, not really. My bad. It sucked low
yeah,
key.
we can't
but
quite encourage that.
It sucked. It sucked low key. I was trying to, but man, I just been. But anyway, my bad. But that's not your calling. You're a camera dude, so it don't matter if you're not funny. But Dave Chappelle. Speaking of funny shit, Dave Chappelle. Some comedians are coming up saying that he's talking about trans people too much, and that is pretty much going to be the thing that encapsulates his legacy. What do y'all think about the notion that Dave talks about trans people too much?
I
and
think
that's
he
his
talks
legacy?
about a lot of other things a lot more. And he has his, like, as for anyone who's trying to get a message to people, like, I'm not saying that, like, okay, I'm not saying he's like a pastor, but there's your core, like, values, your messages, like, what do you want to stand for? And these are the things you reinvent to say because clearly your point hasn't gotten across.
Yeah.
One of the main things is social injustices towards black people. And his highlighting the difference, like, is more so, like, just like, damn, like, it's crazy that this is something that, you know, people aren't even, I'm trying to find the words to say so that this is the most, like, so my words are not confused.
No, I get what you're saying.
But
Go ahead.
people aren't born that way. Okay, like, you're black, you were born black, you cannot hide that you're black, nothing. Like, you have to walk the world like this, whether you want to or not. This is how you were brought into the world. Now, there are people that have problems with that, and they will make it their life's mission to make your life hard. Now, yes, trans people struggle with a similar prejudice, but the thing is, you to some extent, like, you have a choice in that, like, and it's not, like, blatantly obvious all the time that, like, oh, this is a trans person. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
That's
so
true.
you're able to walk the world still even differently, and it's the fact that, like, black people aren't having these rights still. Like, he's saying, like, hey, we're getting to a point where this is okay, and it, like, you know, there's still people, but, like, because I was born with black skin, like, I still have to walk the earth like this, and that's not okay. Like, how is this still an issue? You know what I mean? Like, how does this one thing trump this other thing, and it's still all human rights, is essentially what I feel like.
Why is everybody quicker to kind of help
Exactly.
a disenfranchised trans community, like, become a community that has help, a community that has certain backing, but, like, a black community is still trying to scratch and claw for shit. Yeah.
Exactly.
No,
And I don't think it's because of, like, people are, like, so ready to call it hate speech and stuff, but if you're actually listening to what he's saying, it's nothing against trans people. It's more so like, hey, like, black people want these rights too. Like, how is this not, like, how do you guys not see, like, how are we not being defended in the same manner? How are we not, you know? To me, that's my take. But like I said, as a pastor, you have your core values that you continue to, like, you hear this, if you're someone who grew up in church, you hear the same stories, but you hear it being told differently, because essentially, like, the main goal is to save your soul,
Right.
you know, from eternal damnation. So essentially, Dave Chappelle's core values, that he is a speaker, essentially. Yes, he is a speaker that does it comedically. Like, he has things that he stands for, and he's trying to communicate these points to the general public.
So let me ask you this, like, because it was a black gay comedian that came out and said that Dave is talking about trans people too much, and that's going to become his legacy. Do you think that it is a grand design of the man, quote unquote, to weaponize a black comedian's sexuality against Dave Chappelle to essentially give, like, mainstream white America a black champion that they can sort of use to,
as
I guess,
leverage
knock
against
Dave Chappelle off of the mountaintop, so to speak? And again, like, I'm just playing devil's advocate because this may or may not be true, but it's the theory.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what you're asking. Like, I don't know how much.
Well, no,
like,
I'm just saying,
you
like,
know,
how you look at it, just like how you see it. It's all.
I just feel, here's my thing. I kind of wrote this down, and we'll kind of, like, go into this in a little bit too, like, just kind of what qualifies as, like, a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
With that being said, like, I really don't put anything past anybody at this point. I understand that there's just so much that I don't know. and there's so much that the average person thinks that they know, but like quite frankly, like we're not in these rooms, we're not talking to these people, we're not in this tax bracket. Like,
Exactly.
how can we possibly? It's gonna mess it up again. That's what happened to me.
Yeah,
That's what happened to me.
Or if we just mute it and let it play.
And even still, it's like towards the end. It's fine. The replay should be up on the East Coast, but it's cool. Go ahead.
No, but yeah, like we're not in certain tax brackets. We're not in these meeting rooms. We're not like around, we're not socializing with essentially the people that run the world. There's like 6 companies or something like that run the world, essentially, that just have branches of their one large company that just continue to just like, like it's these main people that are in charge and we're not them.
And even if they are doing all that, they don't even need to do all that for just one individual to be like, oh, I have a unique position in this thing, and also I can use it to get the eyes of a lot of people and the support of a lot of people to put myself in between this group and this person of focus, and then now I'm putting myself in between there. I'm getting all the focus, and instead of it being negative, it's positive and admiration and adoration and stuff. So you don't even need like a bunch of big wigs around a conference table making plans with a globe or whatever to things just happen naturally or whatever.
No, I
Things
say
just happen
that,
naturally, yeah, but people
but
do
they
put
don't.
plans
Like,
in
that's
action.
what I'm saying. Like,
to,
that's
do
what,
fucked
like
up
there
shit,
are
though.
people that, like, it is, like, they see, like,
This whole fucking world we live in is literally the result of a white man's
imagination.
Like,
That's literally, I've been screaming,
because
like,
if shit just happened, then
we would be living like the natives were. Like,
none of us would be sitting in this room together.
oh, it was like, I would be here.
You would be
You
here.
guys would not.
I would be in Africa. Y'all
Maybe.
Maybe. I might be. Well,
You might be here. Maybe.
Maybe.
Because truthfully, Africans did travel over here.
Right.
They just didn't travel here to. That's why a lot of Mexican and native cultures do certain like braids and similar like, hairstyles and have different practices that people that were travelers and explorers from Africa and other countries would come over, teach them. They would trade secrets. I don't know. I thought maybe that was mine, but I'm not sure.
No, mine doesn't have I bite off the labels.
is your water?
Which one's yours?
Oh, because I was pretty sure that was mine.
Okay, then that's yours. And then that's mine. But yeah, they just didn't come over with the intent, because most peoples were peaceful peoples. The Spaniards came and just started raping and murdering and colonizing, and then, the Europeans came and did like the same thing.
The Spaniards are Europeans, right?
Well, the British, whatever.
True.
The other white people.
The whites.
The other white meat.
No, but there were people that traveled here before, and they traded like secrets, like trade secrets. Like, oh, we do this to help our food grow and blah, blah,
Like
blah. This irrigation, this, that,
like when the pioneers made the, traded corn for turkeys and stuff or whatever. I feel that.
You mean when they came and
when they,
took
traded,
advantage of all of the indigenous peoples that were already here, yes.
True.
Because they approached them with a sense of, like, they were a peaceful people, It was, like, and they wanted to share, and they wanted to, like, they were very welcoming. Oh. So they were, like, Columbus and them was like, yo, it's going to be easy to take advantage of these people. Like, they're going to be an easy people to conquer. They're so welcoming and willing to share their
help.
Share their resources, and they're a kind people. They'll be easy to conquer.
Yeah, like taking candy from a baby.
Yeah. Anyways, needless to say, I do believe that there are people that tend to steer the flocks in certain directions when they see them going in directions that they don't necessarily like want them to go in.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to me because people like speak all this like all this shit about it, and it's like, okay, it's so crazy because during Pride Month, companies are so fucking ridiculous. It's rainbow
Pride
everything
Month
and
is
black
a holiday for straight white women. Like that is what Pride
it's
Month
like
is
this.
for, bro.
It's like Black History Month. It's like, oh, we care about you, but like just this month. Here's the thing: a lot of these companies that are all like, oh, let's do rainbow everything. We support the gays and do all this. If their companies overseas, they're not doing the same thing in their conservative countries. Like, so it's just like you stand for this, but you don't really stand for this. You profit from this, so you say that you stand for this. But if you actually did and you were taking a stand, then you would be doing this in like BMW and like other things like that. Like
And it
in
would be
there.
happening throughout the year.
Exactly.
You wouldn't just be giving a shit about it for the sticker during the month.
Exactly. So it's just like these companies and stuff are like, and the people who are trying to like throw shade, you know, it's just like you're being supported by these like gay friendly companies and stuff, but it's like, are they really, like, do they really give a fuck about you? Because at the end of the day, like, they don't really care about any of us
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair. Like what do you feel like qualifies like as a conspiracy? It's like a question for the room. 'Cause I feel like we low key talking about conspiracy theories. Like, what do y'all think qualifies as a conspiracy? And low key, like, what is your favorite conspiracy? We all weirdos, so I would imagine that y'all believe in conspiracies to some extent.
I
Okay,
like the.
go ahead.
I mean,
You
I'll
first.
let you can go in it.
No,
I mean,
no.
I'm gonna let you guys.
No, go, go,
No,
go.
you
I'm
go
gonna
first,
let you
because-
both go. You guys can go. don't
I
wanna
just
go.
talked
I
so
just-
much.
oh.
Go.
Go.
Well, there's a conspiracy that like the Earth isn't like hollow and stuff, and it's kind of ridiculous because they have like
Are you
mine.
real quick? Are you
They
saying
have
that
minds.
is the conspiracy that the Earth is hollow, or is
No, the
not?
Earth is hollow, but there's like they're saying that like the crystals or whatever. Have you seen the Cave of Crystals? You've seen pictures of that in like South America. There's this cave that they found full of crystals that are like bigger than like the Statue of Liberty and shit.
What?
You just Google image Crystal Cave, South America, and you'll see these massive crystals. And so basically, that's the entrance within the Hollow Earth. And so you go down to the Cave of Crystals, and it's like a lot of I don't know the science of it and shit, but basically there's like lizards and shit that
I see one in Mexico.
Mexico. That's South America. Right?
Yeah.
That's kind of Central America. It's South when
Yes. It's
when
South
your America happens to be North America, kind of all America is South America. If you're from the position of North America, can we agree?
So that's what they're saying, that the middle of the Earth is supposed to look like.
Exactly.
Let me see.
It's like, have you ever seen the Pooh Bear movie where they go to the Hollow Earth?
Go to the middle of the earth if you want
Yeah.
to. Go to the middle of the earth if you want to. You're not gonna be happy with what you see down there.
Nah.
For all my Christians out there, what's up, y'all?
Bro, I just feel like there's some stuff that just leave it alone. Just leave it alone.
No, yeah, there's a geothermal life form. So we get our life.
Those are demons.
We get our life essence and energy from the sun because the plants get energy from the sun. Animals eat the plants. We eat those animals. So that's how we've done Earth shit. But there are organisms within Hollow Earth that, instead of the source of energy being from out in space, is from the core of the Earth, which is hot. It's hot down there. If you dig down enough, It starts to get hot.
That's hell.
Okay, but
I was about to say, this boy is describing him.
That's the.
hold on. No. Because you say hollow, and then you say that
there's
the
the
center
core.
is hot.
It's hot. No, I'm just.
It can't be hollow if it's
Yeah,
hot. There has
that's-
to be some sort of mass.
No,
to,
there's
like, it's some
there's
sort of-
chambers of magma that are throughout the hollow
Yeah,
earth.
but the Earth isn't like hollow. There's like different levels of like.
Have you
There's
seen
like
the?
what's it called?
Wait,
like
open up the cave again.
You
Look
know
at the cave.
the rocks. The rocks.
Those are the
Like the
crystals.
sediment and the like. There's different layers. Like the crust.
No,
the,
yeah, I agree.
like,
There's
what-
like layers
it's
to this
like,
shit.
Yeah,
and
so it's
it
not
goes
hollow.
sediment,
There's still like.
There's definitely layers, but in between the layers, it's hollow, and that's
Well,
where
if
there's
you
entire
That's not
lives.
hollow though.
There's like, you know how much
Because
distance
there's
it is
also
between us
have
and
you
the
seen
clouds?
that? Where is it? They seen there's like a sinkhole
Yes.
in China
Massive
or something.
sinkhole with
where
all
it's just the
there's
forest.
a whole nother
there's
layer
an
of
entire forest down
Exactly.
there. An
There's
entire forest.
a
I seen that and I
rainforest.
was like, nope, y'all better stay out.
Exactly.
There's so many species of animals that they just have no idea,
Wait,
and it's
the
just like
rainforest is
yeah.
where?
There's a
It's in
rainforest
China.
underneath ground of
It's like
China.
a sinkhole or something.
Exactly.
I don't know if it's China. Let me not. Why I'm trying to.
So basically-
I found this on TikTok.
China are bad, bro.
China-
Are bad.
Oh, they're not going to be allowed to watch this.
Oh, they not gonna be allowed. Well, hey, y'all bad for not watching. How about that, China?
China, they created this portal
It is.
to the next
Sinkhole in
layer
China.
of
The next
the
layer.
Hollow Earth, wherein they found the next.
They found
A
like these
secret
trees
underground-
that are like at least 100 feet or something
Exactly.
like that.
Nice.
So every like
That's
distance
pretty cool.
from us to
That-
the
that is
clouds,
pretty cool.
Yeah, but
There's
it's also
another
just
layer.
like we're gonna find a way to fuck it up and just destroy this rainforest.
Absolutely.
Because truthfully,
Probably.
Earth always finds a way, and what it is like our surface is so fucking toxic and everything. Like the planet had to find a way to sustain life still, so the sinkholes are happening, and it's creating this entire ecosystem like underneath. Like that's why it's a rainforest, because it like
And the ego of man exacerbates every
Yes.
bad thing
bro.
and
about it.
the layer, it like sheds its skin
But,
like
like-
the snake or whatever.
It's
The
beautiful.
whole
I mean, it's
Earth.
beautiful. It
Yeah,
looks
but it's
beautiful.
just like leave it alone. Just
Like-
leave it alone. Let it thrive.
Let
Mankind
those
doesn't need
creatures, let those creatures be.
Yeah, like
Those
don't start
magical, mystical,
don't start
majestic
experimenting
creatures.
on shit. Just fucking leave it alone.
You know how there's like marsupials on
And how about we just take care
Australia,
of-
but there's not marsupials anywhere else.
Marsupials, bro. If you're gonna be using slurs like that, at least warn the viewers.
I mean
You're so
kangaroos. There's no
there you
kangaroos
go.
anywhere
Say
else.
kangaroo. There
So
you go.
it's like that with the Hollow Earth. Within the Hollow Earth, there's animals that we've never even heard of because they have a whole different environment where everything's
have to
warmer
thrive in
and
that
there's tons of
environment,
air
yeah.
and hot, empty air.
Bro, it's so crazy to even think about. But okay, so I don't know. What qualifies as a conspiracy theory to me? I don't know anymore, because there's a lot of shit where I'm like, oh, if someone heard me who thinks different would think that I'm talking conspiracy theories, but to me that's just like
Regular
what we
life.
were talking about. Like, no, there's definitely people in charge that like run everything. Like they like we
Yeah.
really don't have that. And then people would be like, no, but we live in America. Well, you
Right,
sound like a
right.
crazy person, but like not really. Like that
Yeah.
doesn't really qualify as a conspiracy. That's just something where it's just like, yeah, like you just kind of relinquish control, because like what can you really do as one person?
True.
But-
the president, there's like so much what's the word for it? It's like I'm not gonna remember it. There's like the judicial power, then there's like the congressional legislative power, and then there's like executive, and the fact that there's like in it like executive decisions, they can like literally just start a war for, they can just be like, we're at war, and just one dude can decide that.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Well, it's like a bunch of people, but yeah.
But yeah, like why you
But
think
yeah.
why you think Bush sent the planes in the towers, bro?
That's wild. Wait, that's not a conspiracy? That one's a real one?
Well, it depends on who you ask, and that's what
Yeah,
we're saying. Like,
depends
what
on who you ask.
qualifies?
Yeah.
There are people who say that it's an inside job, which I don't put that past us.
He admitted it on the on that video of him giving a speech. But Corey, what were you saying?
The concept of the theory is that there's a narrative in the cultural zeitgeist of like a specific thing that happened, and we see that and then we'll infer the worst in people to assume that a group of people will have faked an event to cause a reaction that wouldn't have happened without that event.
That massive
And
crisis
masks some other reason for that to happen.
Damn.
Or that it wasn't whoever's idea it was to do like an attack or say invent a thing. Like for someone to infer that aliens came in here would this or would mean that the people who have taken control of means of production would have done so under false pretenses and such. And it's just questioning what has been, questioning the information that's at hand to validify the credibility of the likelihood of it actually happening. So that's why these theories keep popping up. It's because it's based around people, and people have theories about people. And you can't really confirm anything entirely about people because every person is different. So you gotta trust that a group of persons would be able to work together to form some sort of blood oath that they can make something happen or cover something up and make the whole world believe it until we discover it and we put it on YouTube. We got a big old thumbnail that says we got the answers right in here.
For real, you bring up blood oath. That's what Walt Disney did to get all that land in Orlando. I'm just saying.
I'm sure it was just cheap as shit. It's just swamp, right?
Blood oath, bro. Blood oath.
Okay, hear me out. This is my favorite
I
one.
think
Hold on.
like,
Go ahead.
Guys, I've been on TikTok too much, but
Yes, that's true.
staircases that lead to nowhere
Oh, sure.
what does that
in
mean?
the forest.
In the forest?
Yeah.
Just yeah, like a lot of like rangers and stuff, like they're like it's like a thing. Like there's staircases, places like very misplaced. They lead to nowhere. They're not
Oh.
attached to any buildings.
It's to get
or
up
nothing.
high so that you can get a vantage point.
No,
and then hunt.
the rangers don't. You're not supposed to go up these stairs. Like bad things
Because
happen.
they don't have
like it's like magical shit.
to hunt.
Like
Yeah,
people
it's
go
like
missing. Like you
mystical.
go up the stairs. Like one dude said he went up there,
fell
came
off?
back. He had been missing for 4 years,
But he said he
but he
did
wasn't. What?
it. He said that he did it. How did he? If he went missing, how did
No,
people know
he
he went
came.
up the stairs?
People knew he was missing. He didn't know that he was missing. Like he didn't think he was gone that long when he like came
Whoa.
back. Yeah.
Does he remember what he saw up the stairs?
No. Like that's what I'm saying. Just all this time had passed. Like just like crazy shit though.
Bro,
Like
get
and
on
then
spooky TikTok. Come
Bro.
on.
Fucking shit. And
spooky
people have
chick-
seen. Have they taken pictures of the stairs or
yeah, I've
are they
seen
invisible?
the stairs. No, the stairs like they really are like there's stairs that
Just random
exist.
stairs.
But
Was
it's
it
just
possible
like
for them
it's
to
like
have
is
been
it
built?
spooky stories or is it just to like scare people and it's just like from old abandoned houses and that's the only thing that stands.
Are they
But
made out of
it's literally-
stone, like
some of them are
ziggurats?
stone, some of them are like they're made out of different
Stone
like,
ones
shit.
are scary because it's like it's like primordial or something. It feels like
Well, like it's really, really fucking old.
yeah, like it's something.
Which is just like I'm
in
sure
under
it's like
comprehend.
some like ancient like
If it's wooden,
cursed land or something.
Yeah, if it's
I
wooden
don't know,
stairs.
but some people say they're portals into other like dimensions as
dimensions,
well,
yeah.
and like creatures and stuff come out of it. Like
how would they get
like
down the stairs?
shapeshifters
Impossible.
and different shit.
Cows will go upstairs, but they don't go downstairs.
But but she said creatures. We don't know what type of creatures.
Like
all the scary creatures are bovine in nature, like all the like demons. You know, like the goat demons and stuff. They're all like bovine. You know what I mean? Like
They have hooves.
Yeah, they have hooves. They don't go downstairs. Anything with a hoof will not go down.
Yeah, but bro, we talking about Bigfoot. We talking about the fucking
Which
Yeti.
doesn't even make sense because they're like canonically hell is like a lower level. So how do they get back?
Bigfoot's
down?
a demon.
I'm not saying Bigfoot's.
Oh my God.
First of all, don't put that on me. I didn't say
That
nothing about
explains
Bigfoot.
why
being,
nobody can
yo,
find him
yo,
if he's on the
Bigfoot, yo, G. I didn't call you
friend
a
of the
demon,
cast.
first of all.
friend of the cat.
Friend of the show. He's friend of the fucking show. I did not
Yeah.
call Bigfoot
Sorry.
a demon. What I said
He
was...
lets me call him Sasquatch.
What I said is that he could walk downstairs because he's probably coming from another dimension. I'm not saying that dimension is hell.
Yeah,
I'm saying it's
it's
somewhere
not
Up those
necessary.
stairs, can he come down any stairs? Is it like the doors in the Matrix?
I don't know.
Can he
That's
come
what
down
I'm saying.
those stairs?
It's a conspiracy theory. I don't know.
Who knows?
Some of them are really bad. Some of them just time passes them. One guy said he went and he put his hand out at the end of the stairs. Missing part of his hand got chopped off.
Did it show
Someone
it?
else
Did he
saw
show
it.
his hand?
No, it's just
Did he show his nub?
stories. This is
It's
just
just stories. It's just stories,
These
bro.
are stories.
The guy's on
It's-
TikTok
it's-
telling him though.
He's
No,
on...
the actual guy. These are stories that people have read of
Oh,
these staircases.
right.
From before TikTok.
Yes, but it's just also like stories that rangers tell other rangers of like the horrors that like we
These
just
rangers-
don't fuck.
It's
we
folk.
just don't
sounds like-
essentially, it's
it's-
folklore, but
It sounds
You
there's
like
just
always
don't
that
stairs
hint
are a
that, like,
hazard.
Exactly.
maybe,
I just don't want to
possibly,
try it.
might
Like,
have, yeah.
like I'm just not gonna walk. I'm just not gonna.
If
take
these
my
stairs are
hands
such a
off
hazard,
it.
the part of the freaking ranger's job should be destroying and dismantling and discarding of these.
Here's the thing.
Stairs.
It's like a thing. It's like a respect for this step. Like we keep each other off of them, and we just don't fuck with this because we
Yeah.
don't understand it, and we just know that this is something beyond like we are capable of handling. But they're just there, and like
Have you
it is
seen
like in their
pictures?
training.
You've seen
Like they're
pictures
like,
of
do not go up those stairs. If you see a staircase to nowhere, like you don't.
These are federal.
And
like,
if someone, they
national
like
forests.
a kid like ran up the steps and like they had to get stopped like to go get the kid because they were like, no, like he's gone.
But yeah, just
Like,
I
you
mean,
just
but just
don't
think,
go up
but just
those
think
steps.
about it. Like we all watch serial killer documentaries. Just think about it when the kids take the girl and they like kill her for like a blood sacrifice. They usually do it in this abandoned fucking house in the woods. Some abandoned
Holy
shit in the
shit!
woods.
They're milk crates. Of course they're falling off these goddamn things and dying.
Oh my god, those
He's
are milk
running
crates.
up milk crates in the
Stop
middle of the
it.
fucking
This wasn't the
goddamn
milk
place.
crate challenge.
It was milk crates. They're not stairs.
No, I'm gonna find it.
They left. Oh no.
This is legit. But it's just like there's a bunch of like shit in the woods that like people that rangers won't mess with. So it's not out of the
I
realm of
used to live-
possibility.
This is not milk crates.
I don't know. That's might be like.
That's a whole like stairwell that is just to fucking nothing.
Oh damn, that's horrifying.
And the spiral ones are fucking creepy.
That took so much art like craftsmanship. There's no way that a demon with like hooves is.
Oh my god!
but here's-
standing
oh,
there
but
Nobody's
here's the
saying
thing.
it's a demon.
They're you said it was.
No, I said it's a
demons.
portal to somewhere else.
Where else is he gonna go other than the Hollow Earth with all the demons and shit?
Bro, it's other places, man. Come on now.
I don't know.
like-
Maybe not. But who knows? I try not to overwhelm myself, but
Bro,
then
if
I
we
do.
talking about other dimensions, if we're going to prescribe to the theory that there's other dimensions,
I'd
there's
be
not
so
just
goddamn
two
bored.
or three.
Yeah.
I'd be so pissed if there's an Earth B. I'd be so pissed at God. I'd be like, you hack bitch. You fucking... I'd be so pissed if he made multiple Earths and there was another sky or whatever, and there was everybody had another version of themselves.
Well, we just lost the church ladies. Sorry,
Right?
Wait,
guys.
no, what I'm
Right?
saying...
It's like, fuck.
No.
Literally-
I'm saying that...
literally the only people that watch.
Hold up. What I had meant by that was I feel like in all of his divine design and beauty that he would have infinite more to say other than just this, where he wouldn't rehash the same shit over and over, like the
Nah.
same IP just to get more fucking cash monies out of it or
But no,
whatever.
if we keep it in a book, like, I think it scares people to think that, like, God has more to say or has done more. I think it provides a feeling of comfort for people to just be like, what's in the Bible is all he did, and I'm cool with that. But for me, I just feel like if this is a being that's incomparable to all others, I believe that there's things that he's done that we couldn't even begin to, like, understand or even begin to know.
Would it be
The
possible for...
universe is so vast. It's just like there's no reason to think that there's not a planet of, like, humanoid looking motherfuckers.
That's wild. Like a whole, it's just so far away.
And then
but
I
it's
got
not Earth.
anxiety.
Yeah, but it's not Earth, but it's another place that can sustain life. I mean,
And
like,
they're
it's a
so
vast-
advanced that they can
vast
make
universe.
stairs that you can go up and then go into Earth as easy as walking up downstairs.
For me, bro, I just feel like you can't really put anything past the experience of life.
True.
It's like anything could happen. And, like, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that there are other creatures like us that are sentient,
Like aliens?
that may look a little different from us. You could call them aliens, you could call them, whatever.
I hope they're hot. I want a hot alien. I want to meet a hot alien.
Oh God, Skylar, that's such a...
I don't mind if they're like, if they got like extra appendages or are like arachnid in nature or like have protective shells or
Skylar, stop trying to fuck the aliens.
I'm not trying to fuck the aliens. I'm just saying
That's what
if
it
this
sounds
is
like.
broadcast out there and it's sent out through space through Verizon wireless satellite or something like that, and there's millennia, and then they have the power to recreate me and my existence within some kind of supercomputer or whatever in their inside some kind of reproductive system thing that they have going on. Like holler at your boy, That's all I'm saying.
What was y'all favorite video game growing up as kids?
Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Huh?
Conker's Bad Fur Day.
What game system was that for?
Nintendo 64.
Nintendo 64.
Made by like one goddamn dude.
How old were you? What's up?
Is this the last one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's ain't
Damn, I must have been second grade first time I played that bitch.
second grade.
It was fun as hell. You were a squirrel. You were a red squirrel who walked around and cursed. You said bad words. You shot a gun. There were titties. You would play multiplayer with
Feel
your
like
friends.
you're making this up.
It was sick.
What's it called?
Conker's Bad Fur Day. You have a girlfriend in it named Barry, who's supposed to be Halle Berry. And you have a blue jacket and you're in Converse shoes. And you're drunk as hell and pissing on everything. And
She's supposed to be Halle Berry.
yeah, and your whole goal is to get back to her, but like Scarface, you get everything you
it
want by the end of
exists.
it, and it ends with this like
This guy's like, oh wow, it exists.
Oh wow! Right? Wait a minute, he's actually really describing the game.
it fucking ruled. It's like the best goddamn game.
I had no idea.
And then so that's just
Alright.
the single player. The multiplayer's fun as shit. It was the coolest
There you go.
split screen multiplayer game.
Yeah.
And it was like
And
really
it's bad
graphic.
for a
but
day.
the game mechanics just worked super well. It was tons of fun. It was the Halo before Halo was a thing.
Wow, are we gonna try to find this on the Switch? Do
I
you
would
think
be
it
so-
goes?
I don't know because it's such
Because
a
it is a
hard
Nintendo,
game.
but it's an well, it does have Earthworm Jim. I did find
Fuck yeah.
Earthworm Jim.
I used to play that all.
Earthworm Jim 2.
Earthworm Jim has a following though.
But I also found Toe Jam and
Hey,
Earl,
Conker
and that did
has a
not.
following.
Toe Jam and Earl has a cult following. I don't know if
Conker's my
this
boy.
shit is kind of obscure, bro. I don't know if there's like a group of people pining
There's
for
enough
more.
there's
Toe
me.
Jam we can conquer something.
Yeah, I was like, well, Toe Jam and Earl was one of
Nope,
mine.
there's no gritty reboot in production, so
They had
Yeah,
an
but
Xbox
I think
one.
you could still get because I got the old. Yeah,
I follow the
know.
creator on Twitter, and he's always talking about his he's trying to make another one, and he shows these hand drawn schematics for levels and stuff, and they have the same art style of like late '90s CGI. It's like really cool artists. And then they have tons of parodies throughout it. Like there's a D-Day parody, there's a Matrix parody, and I hadn't seen all those movies before, so to me it was just incredibly like cinematic and I was like, whoa, this is like incredible. But it was just because I never saw all these movies before.
bruh. What about you, Mo? Favorite game growing up?
Toe Jam and Earl.
Toe Jamming or
Toe Jam and Earl, and I did love Earthworm Jim. Donkey Kong was like in there too.
Fuck yeah.
I enjoyed Donkey Kong. Mostly N64 and Sega Genesis games were the games that I played, and then past that, my parents couldn't afford consoles anymore, so like we just didn't get them. Like we had the Nintendo, the Super Nintendo, and then we got the N64, but the N64 was at my sister's dad's house, so we only got to play that there.
Damn.
But we had a Sega Genesis that was given to us, so that's why I played like Earthworm Jim and stuff like that. That was on that console.
Every time you played the Sega Genesis, did you say Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis? When I was there broke, man, I couldn't picture that.
No,
Okay.
because
You
I wasn't
gotta say
allowed to
Sega.
listen to Biggie back then, so I had no idea who he was.
All right.
Never
That's
heard
fair.
it.
All right, that's fair.
But I will say, when it started getting into PlayStation time,
Okay, there
my
we go.
little
It's
cousin
my time.
Michael, he always had one because he was a gamer. Like, he was super into games. He was very, like, he's a hyper kid, and he was very, he was really into games. So, he also liked to skate. So the Tony Hawk game.
Fuck yeah.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Yep, I did play Tony Hawk for a while. I do still have my Game Boy Color. I mean, we can whip it out. It's right there.
Did you have the
Still got the Game
moon
Boy
physics
Color.
cheat where you could fly essentially? It ruled.
Yeah, I loved. Well, because didn't Tony, the pro skater, didn't you also, couldn't you also snowboard? Which was the one that you could
remember that one.
snowboard to,
There's
and it was
another
like
one
the
that
X
was
was
Games.
Sean White.
Yeah.
No, there was like
It
an
was
X
before
Game
Shaun White
one
was a
too.
boy.
There was like an X Games where you could
maybe.
skate, you could
It
snowboard,
might have
and you
just been
can
X
do.
Games.
Damn. I don't even
Yeah.
remember.
X Games.
Yeah, it was something like that. But
I played that one time.
and
but I
that
can't
was
remember.
only to go in there. Other than that, it was computer games. There was this Hot Wheels game that I loved to play, and the pinball game on the computer.
Oh yeah, you'd play that at school or whatever because
Yeah.
they didn't have any other games.
Yeah, those were my games.
That was your game. That's
What
what's
was
up.
your games?
For me, it was Tekken. It's one of the best fighting games out there. I didn't
I'd be Yoshi.
need the blood and guts. I would usually be martial law. He was just like Bruce Lee, essentially. I didn't really need the blood and guts of Mortal Kombat, even though Mortal Kombat was dope and I played it a lot. But ultimately, I felt like Tekken was the game of the early 2000s for me. Really enjoyed it a lot.
How did the virus thing work? Like they made what was it? It was like it turns from like a virus to like a soul demon thing to every Tekken it was like a different thing. It was called like the Dead Soul or
I
you
know
know
on
what that's called?
Tekken 1, the last person that you face is the devil, the purple
Mm-hmm.
devil. On Tekken 1 and 2, and then on Tekken Tag, I believe he the last one as well. I stopped at Tekken Tag. After that, I stopped playing video games like afterwards.
Corey.
Well, made it up through the PlayStation, so like starting on the Nintendo, started with the classics Mario and Duck Hunt, loved them.
Doug Hunt. Yep.
Little fucking plastic
Yep.
gun right up against the TV screen trying to shoot the dog.
Yeah, that dog would piss me off. It's just like
Stop taunting me, dog. Yeah.
And
they kind of stole the Hanna-Barbera dog laugh
could be.
from Wacky Races. They laugh the same way.
But either way, then moved on. Then with the Sega was Sonic. Also, there was this game for the movie The Page Master. Had
Oh
that
my
game.
God.
That was
Loved
heavy.
that fucking game.
That was that's some 90s shit for your ass.
Random,
Shit.
like the one Macaulay Culkin vehicle that didn't break all
Right,
the
it didn't,
box office.
but it
Yeah.
should have though, cause like I feel like the cast and everything, it was just set up perfectly for that movie to do well, but it
Yeah, it
didn't.
was pretty great. Talking books.
Right? Yeah.
Because it was like animated and stuff.
It had all of the trappings for like the perfect kids movie of the 90s, but I don't know why that shit didn't go. But,
He should have just done Treasure Island and it just been in live action the whole time or something. I feel like that would have been a better movie.
Page Masters was good. It gets a bad rap.
And then basically, once the PlayStation came around, I kind of lost interest after the games around PlayStation 2. Once I could play DVDs on the video game console, I was like, oh, okay, I guess I can just let it just do things for me. I don't have to control it anymore. And, but I loved playing Madden. I loved playing Tony Hawk.
Nice.
And I had this random game called Jet Moto. I don't even know where I got it. I think it might have came with the PlayStation when I bought it. But you just you get these weird jet ski bikes, and they're futuristic, and they fly through jet propulsion.
Was that a demo disc?
It might because I don't think it was a demo. I think it was an actual game because it had all the different levels. Because it had a bunch of different levels. Because the demo disc is where I figured out about Tony Hawk and Parappa da Rappa.
Oh gosh.
Bruh. Goodness, man. Well,
The good old days.
good old days. Good old days.
The good old games.
Corey, you want to take us out? Open this
Yeah.
metaphorical door.
Well, thank you guys all for joining us on this little stay over adventure. We've had fun. I hope you've had fun. I hope you continue to have fun. We will all clap our hands pretty continually at this time. Thank you. 1, 2, 3,
We all did
We
it
did it
at the time.
perfectly. We all did
You
it
almost
perfectly.
took this out.
I know.
Oh no.
I was like, we're gonna.